Welcome, everybody, to the next exciting episode of Neptunia Rebirth 1 and Reverse for the PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and PlayStation 5. As always, I'm joined by my friend David with a new microphone. Say hello to the people.
Video one, Maka 4 here, and as you can hear, you probably now clearly hear me. Thank goodness to the new mic I got for Christmas.
Yep. Okay. So, I'm gonna let you know right now, David, that you know how we're on episode 7?
Yeah.
In the original game, we don't catch up until episode 14 to this scene in the remake.
Dang.
And I want to note that when I record these, I record 1 hour of PS5, the same amount of distance in Rebirth 1, and 2 hours of the original, just to keep it somewhat in sync.
Huh.
So yeah, Neptunia 1 is a interesting game, especially considering the remix. Okay, this is another case. I can tell that this was a CG made for Rebirth 1, because this CG doesn't fit in the original, and it definitely doesn't fit in Reverse. So, as cool as Reverse is for having a lot of CGs, because they're made in different eras and by different people, it's so noticeable. I mean, you who never played this game, do you notice it?
I don't really know.
Okay, maybe it's a case of it's noticeable to like the hardcores. Because I think I would classify myself as a hardcore Neptunia fan.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't play these games casually, I'll tell you that. To be honest, the average casual tends to quit because, especially in the original, in the Rebirth 1 game, you need to grind a lot. This isn't like V2 where you can get away with minimum grinding. You have to grind in V2, but not a lot. What you guys aren't seeing is my jumps, because this is the last episode where I'm in the 10s. After this episode, immediately I jump to the 30s. Oh, for once I'm actually ahead in the Reverse. That's cool. What the hell? I am?
Apparently so. I guess that's probably why you're showing the limited edition.
Yeah, just to show off the history of this series. This is the 10th anniversary. Did you know the series is 14 years old?
I did not know that, no.
This series came out 14 damn years ago. Where did the time go? Whatever. Screw it. Anyways, we somewhat catch up. Hello, Avenir. Oh, by the way, the reason I do it like this is because I've actually timed it. Because of how lip syncing works between the remake and the original, it actually takes less time for the remake to finish a cutscene compared to the remake of the original. However, the remake of the remake takes longer to do bosses, which is why I start the remake of the original after. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Yay! I was channeling my inner Arc 5, where the character goes, "I negate the effect of the card, which negates the effect of the effect that negates an effect." And yes, that's an actual line from Arc 5. Are you in awe?
A little bit, yeah.
That chain link was awesome, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah. Ah, snap, we're fighting more Dark Soul wannabes. Damn it, I can't unsee it now.
Yeah, kind of hard not to. Look at it.
Okay, which portrait of Ganache do you prefer, the remake or Reverse?
The what?
Ganache, the character from Avenir. The guy on the bottom.
Oh. I would probably go with Rebirth. I don't know. The Reverse? I don't know, that weird metallic thing, that weird background, it doesn't look right. Kind of like just the blue one in Rebirth.
Damn, you sound so clear now. It's crazy. I know, it's weird to point it out, but
Yeah.
it just goes to show how jarring it is to hear you like that. Yeah. Anyway,
I suppose, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I actually prefer the lighting of Reverse, but I will admit that it's more dynamic in Rebirth 1. I still think the original is the best one in terms of how it presents itself, but in terms of the two games that are closer to each other, I think Reverse looks better.
I guess. Okay, so my question for you, like you asked me how I would do the next on the game, how would you handle the next Neptunia game?
Okay. Step 1, I'm gonna say, everybody, Watch the cutscenes of the original and Mark II. For the love of God, just watch those cutscenes. Not the remix, just those two. I'm saying that specifically to the actresses because they need help. Well,
Okay.
specifically, Rom and Vert need help. I don't know what is going on with those two, but their vocal performance has not been the same. And Neptune's help. I'm talking specifically the English actresses. The Japanese actresses have always done it right, but those three, I don't know what it is, but they need help. And after that,
okay.
I would try to write I'll try to do a more like serious story, closer to the original Mark II and Sister vs. Sisters, as opposed to the more comedic stories of Victory or Game Maker. As much as I think Game Maker gameplay wise is good, I cannot defend that writing. That writing is not it. I think you would like it because it's more comedic, but I've just never been too big on those kinds of stories, especially not ones that are like 40 hours long. If you're gonna do a comedy, make it short and sweet. That's my issue with it. And then I would go back to the turn-based combat. I would try to keep it with the turn-based combat of Victory and V2. I wouldn't go back to the original Neptunia, not because I don't like it, but because I'm trying to think about sales here. And historically, more people preferred the Mark II and Victory combat to the original combat. I would give the characters back their guns, though. I always thought that was cool. And the fact of the matter is, when Neptunia was created, the idea was that everybody would have a gun, and it would be part of their personality trait. However, that eventually got scrapped. For example, did you know that the original protagonist of the series was supposed to be Noir?
I did not know that, no.
Yeah, and you were supposed to rescue 3 princesses from different towers. Yeah, this series had a very interesting beginning.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. I would actually try to focus on a new villain this time. I think R4 has been played out to death.
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay, as much as I loved R4 in Sister vs. Sisters, I think that they butchered her. I know it's a different R4, I get it, but I think that R4 was so bland in Game Maker Revolution. I should note that, despite a lot of people actually liking Game Maker Revolution, it didn't sell very well. And also, I don't know why it didn't sell very well. Probably because, well, I don't know. Probably because, you know, the gaming goddess has declined since V2. After V2, the series kind of was on a downward trajectory. Once we hit V2 stars, the series loses all popularities. Because people started focusing more on the VTuber cameos, okay? The Kizuna Eye DLC was legitimately really good, and so was the Korone Inogami DLC. But that took away from the focus of the main girls, so I would try to go more for the main series story. I think that we shouldn't keep the menu traversal. I think it should just be one map. But the thing is, I don't just want to do like the generic open world thing. I would try to keep the locales from these games and try to incorporate them. In addition, you know, because we're doing that, we gotta have a fast travel, but let's just assume we get it. Instead of a normal fast travel, I would just make HDD the fast travel and have it work kind of like the soaring mechanic of Gen 6 of Pokemon.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that'd be sick to do, okay? I think that you can do an open world game that's turn-based and do it well. I know that Scarlet and Violet may not have done it well, but the fundamentals is there, and it proves that it can be done, considering Scarlet and Violet, I think, are either the highest or the second highest selling Pokemon games. Undeserved, by the way, but they did it. Yeah.
Alright.
I would actually try to dig into more game history.
What is Iris Heart doing?
She's stepping on them seductively. Anyways. Why did I say it like that?
I had no idea.
Anyways.
Please continue.
Anyways. And to continue on, I think that for a new villain, I would actually have the story be about the censorship that the PlayStation 5 is going through. I genuinely think that Nintendo isn't becoming a censorious company. I just think they hate Idea Factory for some reason. Because no other game gets mistreated like by Nintendo, like the publisher, like Idea Factory does. So I guess we could have like the rivalry of Blonde and Neptune be there to sort of reference the whole Sega versus Nintendo thing, but at the same time, it would also be the fact that we should have it be that Neptune and IF want to make games on Blonde's system, but Blonde refuses to let them happen, and then she will never give an explanation. And while the people that support Blonde start to hate her for it, they're still gonna support Blonde because Blonde has some of the best games on the market. Okay, and that's just a fact. It should try to talk about how people infiltrate game studios and cause them to take a nosedive. Okay, this whole thing where people are mass buying shares of companies to force some sort of development direction for games, most notably with modern Naughty Dog and other studios, which led to the creation of games like The Last of Us 2 and soon to be Intergalactic, and games that no one really liked, but yet like Last of Us Part 2, I think, was one of the most hated games, but it was reviewed really well by critics. So it's one of those cases where both sides are just not in agreement, and people will defend it. I think we could have, more of the game history. Let's say that Neptune's console game, whatever her game is, gets a movie, and then everyone is so supportive of her, but then we have people from the PC continent hating on it. It'd just be really interesting. Okay, they could do like the fact that Neptune finally pulled it off, a successful video game movie. Because the idea with Neptunia was that they were supposed to parody real-world events. Like, if you pay attention, Sisters vs. Sisters story is a parody of 2 weeks to slow the spread. Okay, it is a COVID story. They just don't use the word COVID and call it something else.
Fair enough, yeah.
And that's an issue that I have with, like, Game Maker Revolution. Game Maker Revolution doesn't parody any real event, to my knowledge. At least, not in a way that, is humorous to Neptunia's story. Like, if I was to write Neptunia, I would try to either do a parody of the current console generation, or I would try to write the ancient CPUs. So, Tari, Ray writes, I would try to write Kalis, or Uranus is her other name, who would be the Master System. And that would be like a different idea I could have. Or even just have flashback scenes and you play as Kylus and you fight Tari and the Deities. And that way you could still keep R4 in the game without, her meddling in the story if you really want it. Also, Hell's Lord is one of the most badass enemy designs, and we never see it again. Look at it. Look at this dude. You know what I mean?
Holy shit, yeah, that looks freaking awesome. Why do we never see this guy? Come on.
Like, look at that guy. That dude looks like a threat compared to the two on the bottom screen, despite what's actually going down on the bottom screen. Poor Plutia.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how fast my characters fall, by the way.
Meanwhile, in Reverse, you're fighting XYZ Tiger Cannon.
XYZ Dragon Cannon.
VW
is Tiger Jet.
So, yeah. Anyway, this is... Okay, maybe not X Catapult, but it's definitely YZ.
It's Z Metal Tank.
Z Metal Tank, but also Y Dragon Head.
Oh, it's XY Dragon Tank, I believe it was the name. Because they have contact fusions? Yeah.
Yeah. But there's no X Catapult.
Now...
You don't see the human catapult. You just see the tank and the middle. So that's YZ.
Anyways, I would actually do what Game Maker does and actually attempt to progress the story instead of keeping the status quo, which is actually one of my biggest criticisms with the IDW run of Sonic, for just off tangent a bit. Okay, why aren't the candidates just complete goddesses at this point? After everything they've been through, I think they have totally earned the right to become the goddesses. Okay, I want to point out that in Game Maker Revolution, Ram and Ram aren't the DS or the 3DS.
Then what are they?
They're the Switch.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just, why are these characters stagnant when they weren't stagnant originally?
Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, the truth is, there's probably some mandate saying, oh, Nepgear is the candidate of Platitude, and she's the younger sister of Neptune, and we can never deviate from this. Okay, I understand why these mandates exist. It's so that they can keep marketing the character, so that they can force the series to never end. But it also just pisses me off, because I know in the back, it's not the writers doing this shit. It's the fact that the suits who are investing hella money into these games are doing it. And that just doesn't jive well with me.
I guess, yeah. Here's my question. How would you handle in terms of fan service?
We're getting an M-rated game. 100%.
Okay, good.
We're 100% getting an M-rated game. I don't give a fuck.
Would you be giving it would you be giving the combat would you be giving it the dress breaking like in the Neptunia U.
I would make it a purchasable item.
Like you have to, like they had to
Yeah,
buy it.
you would have to buy it. Not in real life, not with money. No, like an in-game item. I mean, I could
Okay,
probably
people,
make it
what
a
do you-
DLC and people would pay up the wazoo for it. Though, let's be real.
Okay, what exactly do you mean by an item?
So in Neptunia U, there's a clothes break feature, but I should know that there are items you can buy to make it so your clothes never rip. That way you can play the game in public. Or there's an item that makes so that the clothes always rip after one hit. That way you can enjoy yourself in private.
I would more just put that as an in-game setting. Somebody can customize whether you want them to break or not.
Yeah, but then you get rid of people actually. But then you're lowering the gameplay. Okay. So this is probably just me being me again because you know I love grinding in games. But okay, you're probably right. It should be a setting. It really should. But
Yeah.
again, you're asking me to design a game that I would make, and that's different. Okay. Like
Fair enough.
if you're asking me to make a game, I would probably make it so like the side quests and stuff are grindy as hell, but the main story isn't. That way, if you're like me and you want to do that grindy hell, you can do it. But if you're not like me, you can do the main story and it wouldn't be an issue. I mean, Neptunia 1, the original on PlayStation 3, doesn't really do much grinding unless you're going for the true ending. Yeah. Also, interesting about the limited edition of Rebirth. They actually just sold a trilogy.
Huh.
Yeah. By the way, I totally game overed, so you're not going to see that.
I see. Fair enough.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cut to the winning attempt. What do you think of this limited edition trilogy pack?
It looked pretty small compared to what Reverse got.
Now, to be
So
fair, Reverse was 7 years later.
Fair enough, I guess. So you get. Let's see, what do you get here?
You get
You get a
Rebirth
code.
2 soundtrack.
You get a code card, soundtrack, and an art book, and a collector's edition box.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. What does the code card do?
You could just scan it for PC icons.
Oh, and you automatically get the DLC too.
Yeah. Which Sisters vs. Sisters should have done, instead of making you buy the limited edition for the goodies and then the DLC as a separate game.
Yeah, I don't know why the Switch version only had to. Oh, hello! The series is one point with embrace. Remember what they took from us. Never forget.
Never forget. Never give up. Never surrender.
Whatever it takes.
Exactly. Fun fact, that Ramen Ram image is from Mark II. You unlock it after beating the normal ending.
Noted. I need to get back to that eventually.
At that point, I don't even think you should stream it with your friends. I think you should just like live stream it and then leave a link so that your friends can watch it later.
It's kind of better with them. Like, better with... Honestly, I kind of like the streaming it with them because like we have people to talk with about this stuff.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm still doing
But-
Victory solo, just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
And same goes for the Soul Silver Nuzlocke. That Nuzlocke is going so.
And also, the thing about that is that with Mark 2, I'm using the custom skins, aka Netgear has no clothes when he transforms.
You know, you could just disable that shit.
But I don't want to.
Okay, that's fair. That's 100. Then just upload them to X Hamster or something.
Yeah, okay, that's what I need. Make it an account upon website.
Yeah, don't actually do that.
Of course I'm not.
I'm saying that jokingly, everybody.
What was I too?
Anyways, the Killer Sheen. We don't see this guy until episode 15 in the original, so enjoy him while he's here. Damn, they really cut out the entire last station story, didn't they?
Yes, they did. The Killer Sheen looks pretty awesome. I gotta say.
The original Killer Sheen looks way cooler.
Well, I have to wait for a long time to see that.
I mean, I can just show you, like, an image.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Killer Sheen Neptunia PS3.
It's already dead. What are you doing? Hurry up and get
Not
out of here.
Rebirth 1, the original.
Thanks. It's all you, Iffy. Go ahead and take care of it. Compa and I are gonna wait here patiently.
No.
Just tell us if you don't want to find the lost
Where is
child.
it?
Ton of monsters already.
Hyperdimension Neptunia PS3. Hyperdimension.
Clean,
Did I misspell dimension?
well,
Motherfucker.
doesn't look like any
I think you did.
last station.
Okay.
Plans to use
Images.
advanced weaponry? No. But what?
Where is he?
Someone's coming.
No, I can't find the image.
A civilian? What are you
No.
doing out here? Right back at you.
Whatever.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, so we finally meet Blackheart in the original.
Child. It's taken care of.
Yeah.
I don't need to be thanked.
I like how
Anyways, you're supposed to be
on
a
Steam and Reddit and GameFAQs and other ones, they all say, how do I defeat Killasheen round 1 in Hyperdimension Neptunia? Okay, gentlemen, here's a secret.
Do you know her, Iffy?
Just do the side quests.
She's your friend or something, right? She knows your name at least.
Hot take?
She
Just
looks
do
like
the
you
side
when you
quests.
transform.
It'll make your life so much easier.
Huh? I don't think I've
You
done
know?
it before. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Have we?
Okay, so fun fact, the Killasheen in the original game was such a hard fight that, although I'm gonna make it look easy in my playthrough, I'm not gonna lie.
Think I'm just here to say hi?
Because I've done it a million times. But it's such a hard fight that when I eventually fight the Killasheen in Mark II, when I first got there, I was like, holy shit, they brought him back. Oh
They're not as
no.
strong as they look.
Anyways, there's a screenshot of the Killasheen if you look at the Discord server.
Let's see.
It looks more menacing.
Oh my god, yeah.
It looks so badass, doesn't it?
Tackle her.
Yeah.
Okay, Blackheart round 1. And also, I made a mistake before. It's actually Blackheart round 4 that we skipped to in the remix, not round 3.
Oh.
Behold, Blackheart round 1, otherwise known as a really weird fight, I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember much about the Blackheart 1 fight.
How about this?
Listen, as much as I love this game, even I have to agree that having 4 rounds with Blackheart before we even talk to her is crazy.
It is.
Okay? You would think these characters would talk. You know, the funniest thing is that in the original game, after you defeat Whiteheart for I think the 3rd or 4th time, Neptune and Compa kidnap Whiteheart, and then they say, IF's gonna torture you if you don't start talking.
This a tackle.
What the
And
heck?
IF says, you guys are taking it too far and lets Whiteheart go. Because even IF was saying, guys, we're supposed to be the good guys. Yeah. So yeah, real take, the Killasheen is so much cooler than the original that when I played against it in Mark II, I just wasn't as shocked. Don't get me wrong, the fight against the
I see.
Killasheen is still pretty hard though. Okay, have you gotten there yet?
I think so.
Yeah, it's still a pretty hard fight, but it doesn't look as cool.
Alright.
We finally finished chapter 2, by the way.
I've been waiting.
About time.
I think we're...
Meanwhile, we're still in chapter 1 in the original.
No. Technically, the tutorial in the PS3 is chapter 1. Then the entire story is chapter 2. Then rescuing Histoire is chapter 3, and that's it. There's only 3 chapters in the original.
It's not over yet.
Oh, wow.
Because they don't divide them into different chapters like they do the Vita games.
Hear my song. Not bad.
Also, you're doing really low damage.
If it isn't obvious, I haven't grinded once in the original.
Import Kissimo.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious now.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
What the hell was that visual effect, by the way?
I have no idea.
Yeah. So, the thing about this fight, right, is that if you know how to use the statistics combat, it's not too hard. If you don't know how to use it, well, prepare to grind. That's the thing about this game. Grinding is necessary
Clearly.
when you don't know what you're doing. That's the problem. When you know what you're doing, you actually never have to grind.
Oh, my bad.
Unless you're fighting the true ending. That's different. You have to grind for that shit. The true ending is hard as hell. I don't care how freaking good you are, unless you are the world record holder who beat this game in under 4 hours. No.
Going all out now.
No. I don't count it.
How come you're showing this information before now?
Because this is a fight against the goddess, so I thought it'd be cooler.
Fair enough.
I tend to cut out the transformations from later parts. Mostly because it just takes
Yeah.
a while. But given we're using a different armor set, I think it's worth it. Boom.
I like how it looks blank until later, and then the colors just grow in. That's
Yeah,
pretty nice.
it is. Damn.
No mercy, right? Not bad.
Okay, what is Blackheart doing? Why is she just dancing every time?
I don't know.
Boom! Look at that damage output.
Oh wow.
Keep fighting.
Yeah. Alright, the statistics combat. I'm not actually healing. The characters are rolling a die to see if they heal or not.
Can you block this?
Metaphorically, of course, but they are rolling something. It's the computer rolling.
I see.
Boom.
Why is she dancing?
It doesn't hurt.
Because it looks menacing. I don't know. Because it's pretty. I don't know.
You can finish this. Finish it good.
You know, it's weird to think that this game came out and its contemporaries graphically
Not bad.
were... What were the good graphics games of 2010?
Not bad.
It's like,
I mean,
like Halo Reach was considered graphically intense.
when did Spore come out?
Let me look it up. Spore release date.
Not easy.
2008.
Title.
Okay, yeah, not that then.
Oh, random fun fact. There's a movie called Faster starring Dwayne Johnson that came out in 2010. That movie was so badass that I'm thinking to myself, how come we don't get movies like this anymore in the cinema? Okay.
Faster?
Yeah, Faster, but with Dwayne Johnson. It's pretty sick.
Was that part of Fast and Furious?
No, it's its own thing.
How could I lose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Powered up since leaving Celeste.
Anyway, so
Don't think this is
Blackheart here is wondering, how could I have fucking lost? I'm the goddess and this is my land, and but Neptune, you're not in Celestia. How'd you beat me? It's like, wait, yeah, IF and Compa are here.
I'm sure you knew her before you lost your
IF and Compa are so broken in the original games.
I didn't do nothing.
Alright.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
I do love all the constant swearing though. That is one thing I wish they bring back.
No. I mean, did you see her
Yeah.
outfit? Her flame shots?
I mean, what do you think of the modern dialogue trends of Neptunia?
How many
I don't know. They're okay, I guess. I kind of wish it was
did I
more to them. Like I said, IF swearing definitely something I miss.
Yeah. What the hell? Who gave you permission to modify my fucking bike?
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's the one that everyone knows because it's the first time I think that they put a censor bar over the dialogue.
Yeah.
I don't think
Anyways.
I don't remember the Japanese version had one, but anyways, gentlemen, that's the end of this episode. Have a nice day.